Mic check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. You're not able yet to see my lovely face, but I'm here. It's Mr. Know-It-All. Live talking about the election 2024. We are here. By the way, it's your favorite podcast, even if you didn't know that he podcasted, as well as podcasting and multimedia's lovable smart ass. Look, I'm being drowned out by my little background music, so I'm just going to turn it down some and whatnot. You'll be able to hear it in the background. I already know that Ty is going to be joining us shortly. I sent out the link to a couple of different people, so we'll see if somebody wants to come on and talk to me. I actually had somebody I sent out the I hate to call it a challenge because it's not really a challenge. It was more along the lines of trying to, find somebody to have a conversation with that was a maybe a supporter of Trump. Yeah. So I figured that I would do that. Just for for shits and gigs to kind of get the blood pumping and juices pumping. As you can see, I voted. I hope all of y'all voted today. I hope everybody did. Yeah, it's vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's vibes. I hope everybody can see me and hear me clearly or whatnot. There will be hopefully some good dialogue come out of this. But I don't have a problem with talking to some people tonight. Family. And you showing some support, but you know how that go. You know what I mean? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's all love, though. Yeah, had a long day at work. Didn't vote until, probably about a little bit after 4. But got in there, got in and out like a robbery. My polling place is not really paused. Where I vote at is not really that crowded. Well, that time of day. I know last election, we were waiting in a line and I wasn't used to that. I'm like, yo, I'm not used to none of that. Like, that's not really what I do. But I did. For me, it was a little bit anticlimactic. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have been receiving calls and text hourly for the past month. And which is cool because I hope they're y'all real numbers. You know what I mean? That been hitting me up. And I hope that they're not like Google numbers or nothing like that. I really hope that they're real numbers because now it gives me an opportunity, my turn, to promote back on what I got going on. You got me to go out there to do it. I went out there, I voted, did what I had to do, and it was what it was. Yeah, man, like, the reason why I call it anticlimactic, I'm gonna explain to you why. It was like the buildup of all buildups, right? Like we have the option of the first woman, not only first woman, first black woman or woman of color, whatever she identifies as, to become president of the United States. She's already vice president. Get a nice little promotion, a president of the United States. And then we have the evil tyrant on the other side. The man that many don't really bang with like that too heavy, and that's Donald Trump. Reason why it's anticlimactic to me is because I keep thinking to myself, what exactly is going to change and what is going to be different when this comes about? Like real rap, like what are we looking at? Yeah, I mean, what's going to be different? What is going to be the difference in having a new president in either way, shape, or form? Many people were discouraged by the things that they felt like Trump was doing at the time when he was president before. Me personally, I don't know. Maybe it's just the selfish side of me, the thought process or whatnot. I just thought he just said some ill shit. all the time. That was his thing. He just couldn't help himself for speaking down on people and actually talking crazy. But that was new. I mean, you're talking about a 75-year-old white man in America. That's kind of how that happens. Rich at that. So I wasn't never surprised. But I do know a lot of people that are actually voting for him. Like, really, throw no qualms about it. Like they say it all the time. We're going to vote for Trump. You know what I mean? I know black men, I know black women, I know people of color, all types of ethnicities that say that they're voting for Trump. Hell, the standout when it's time to turn up, don't nobody turn up like them. So those are the ones that are outwardly speaking about it. Imagine the ones that are speaking inwardly about it, like in a crib whispering, you know what I mean, about what's going on and whatnot. I don't really think that it's a secret to be kept. At the end of the day, you know, somebody is going to like one person, somebody's going to like another. Yeah, me personally, and when that, like I said, I just think the entire thing right now is anticlimactic. I am no longer interested in anything to do with the process of this election. I have voted. I have made my claim. I have stated what I wanted to state. I hate to get too deeply involved because I don't know any of these people personally. I do want to kind of talk about the reason why some people are so offended by the opposition of it all. That's a big thing to me, because when I think about it, it's a lot of people that have a thing against Trump, and vice versa. There are a lot of people that have a thing against Harris. You know, if anybody is watching this, so that, you know, they come up on it and you want to, you know, make a comment, just, you know, let us know. You know, tell me exactly what you feel. Me personally, like I said before, I think that once you start throwing the symbolism and the label of bad person in the mix, people are always going to feel a way about that. They're always going to say, all right, such and such is not a good guy. He did this. He said this. He is, you know, running around speaking ill about this group of people. He doesn't stand for us all. But I mean, I try to be objective about everything. And the reason why I try to be objective about everything is because we say it all the time. We're not a monolith. Everybody says it all the time. You know, one group of people does not all think the same way. And that's Americans, that's black Americans, that's white Americans. So you're right. Nobody is a monolith. But at the end of the day, it's very, very important that you make your voice heard. So if you voted, anytime that you vote, thank you for doing so. Make sure you keep the trend going for your local elections and all that as well. Yeah, but to me, it's a gang war. It's a giant gang war to me. Like, I feel like everybody is beefing because everybody wants to pick a side. Everybody wants to pick a particular side to be on. Really. So that is my first 10 minutes of staking a claim. This is not going to be as long as Mr. Know-It-All podcast. Trust me, it just will not be. My dog is barking in the background. I have to be to work at 4:30 in the morning. So this is one of those things where we're going to talk. But I got to have somebody to converse with. Yeah, I know as luxurious as my voice can be, you definitely want to hear from somebody else as well. So I bring to you, as always, my right hand, Ty Moore.
What's up, everybody?
What's happening? Hold on 1 second. I don't even know what's going on. Let me put something up. There we go, so we can see your lovely face. Taya.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, not much, man. Not much. I'm feeling a little festive. You know what I mean? You know, I didn't come in like a house of fire because, you know, I was, you know, telling somebody earlier. I felt real anticlimactic voting today.
You felt what?
It's very anticlimactic voting today. That's really what it was to me.
Why you say that?
I don't know. It just like all this build up, all the calls, all the text messages, everything that went along with it, and all of a sudden, this is where we are.
I feel you. Yeah.
I voted, and guess what? Guess where we are? We're here. Yay.
Listen, I'll be glad when it's over because these people have been annoying the hell out of me.
Yes,
They're still texting me as we speak, and I'm like, yo, I voted. Leave me alone.
Man, I have reason to believe that somebody just came past my door probably about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. To me personally or whatnot, it just makes me think about the packaging of it all. Like to me, it's, you know what I mean, I look at it like it's nothing but gang war to me now. Like people have staked their claims. First and foremost, before we even get into that portion of it and whatnot, I never ask anybody who you're voting for. I'm gonna ask you who you think is going to win.
I don't care if you ask me who I'm voting for. I don't never understood. People can tell you that what they do in the bedroom, but you're voting who you vote for is secret. Listen,
the wheelbarrow is much less.
Yeah, like
is much less invasive.
What's the big secret? What you gonna do? Beat me up if I tell you who I vote for? Like
the problem is,
I'm with her. I voted for Kamala Harris. Okay, I voted for Kamala Harris.
Did you vote for all Democrats?
Yes, I do not want to go through another 4 years of 45. Okay, I just don't. I've seen that movie. You know what I mean? I lived through that movie, right? Mm-hmm. But what I will say to people is what I've been saying all day. Regardless of the outcome, we're going to survive. We survived last time. We survived every other election when they were like vote or die, and we didn't die. You know what I'm saying? We didn't die.
And that also was a Diddy thing too, man.
Yeah, definitely was a Diddy. Happy belated birthday to Diddy. I don't care what y'all say. I'm still gonna say. No. Anyway, he turned 55 yesterday in a jail cell. I know, and that video of his kids, singing happy birthday to him was so nice. People were mad about it. I'm like, that is their innocent until proven guilty father. They're going to say happy birthday to him.
He's in jail right now, so apparently he's guilty until proven innocent. But that's
innocent until proven guilty.
I know, but ain't nothing innocent about being behind a jail cell.
He's guilty in a court of public opinion, but not in a court of law yet.
But the court of public opinion can keep you locked up. So
yeah, the court of public opinion is who Megan Thee Stallion lied to, but when she went to court, she told the truth. I'm just saying, people care more about the court of public opinion these days than they do about the courts.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
even judges. But all right, so for real, that's real talk. So do you believe that she is going to win this?
Huh?
You believe that she's going to win this? Do you believe? Are you having a problem hearing me? Can you hear me good?
No, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you believe that she's going to win this?
I don't know. It's like today's been quiet. Like I haven't even seen anything like projected numbers, like who is, who's in the running. So I really don't know. And you know me, I don't really set any expectations. I'm just like, I hope that she wins. Yeah. If she doesn't, tomorrow I'm going to work. Next week I'm going to, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean.
Right.
I don't really have a lot of emotional investment. I think this election for me really comes down to who's the better candidate optics wise. There isn't really anything about, like, Kamala doesn't have like criminal charges and sexual assaults and like she doesn't have any of that. You know what I mean? Right. So whenever I asked, I saw Michael Ealy talking about this, and he was saying like this whole narrative that black men aren't voting for Kamala is false. He said there's more black men that are going to vote for her than not. And the small percentage that weren't going to was because of this whole notion that she locked up a bunch of black men when she was a DA, right? And as he said, that's been proven to not be true. So now what else is it? You know what I mean?
I don't care. I don't really, as a black man, I really don't care who she locked up, because at the end of the day, or whatnot,
that was her job. She's a prosecutor.
You're a prosecutor.
Niggas was guilty. Sorry.
Unfortunately, if you find yourself at the other end of the judicial system, some of you niggas is going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like real rap. Like I can't. There's nothing else that I can really say about that to make it even more clear than that. Like I just can't keep having empathy and, you know what I mean, free the guys and all that other bullshit, because it's not true, it's not real, and it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Some of you niggas need to be locked up. That's a whole nother topic. But
it is a whole nother topic.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The whole point is that was not true. And that's what people were standing on as their reason for not wanting to vote for her, right? Then when that was debunked, as they say, now is she really black, right? My thing is, even if she's not really black in your eyes, whatever, what is your alternative? Your alternative is not black either. So what is the big deal? And my biggest thing is, this woman didn't come out the air. You know what I mean? She's actually followed the path you should follow to become president. She's currently the vice president. You know what I mean? And when she was the vice president and everybody's wearing chucks and pearls, I ain't really hear too much smoke from people about her not being black and all this stuff, right? And it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, we don't care about that if you be vice president, but now you're talking about being president. And we don't really feel like you deserve that because X, Y, Z, you know, now all this stuff comes out. And the last thing I'm going to say is, there ain't really much to come out about Kamala, because guess what? If there was, they would have found it. We would have heard it.
Well, she was...
The only thing they dig up is Joe Biden. Oh, she stood by while Joe Biden did this. They don't really have anything.
Well, it is the relationship with Marion Barry. Was that Marion Barry that she was cool? Or who was that? No, not Marion Barry.
Montel Williams.
Was it Montel Jordan? This is how we doing.
Montel Williams, the talk show host.
No. She also had I think it was Marion Barry. It was a mayor or congressman that was in like Detroit or Chicago or something along those lines that she was connected to at the time. I don't know if he was a intern or political front runner or something along. She in some way, shape, or form had an affiliation with a politician that was out there. And they got like old clips of them asking her, is she his daughter? And then she was like, no, but she never really said who she was. Like I said before, everybody has a past. I mean, you know what I'm saying? She was in the This Is How We Do It video with Montel Jordan.
She was not in This Is How We Do It. Not today. Not when we are 40 minutes away from finding out if she's going to be the president or not.
Oh, we are not. Believe you me, we're not 40 minutes away from it. It
could be. It depends
on how that's if it's a landslide.
Right.
So
like when Obama went against Mitt Romney. And
that was wrapped up by done by 8:38. Yeah, that was 8:38.
Like the Detroit Lions versus who did they play last week when it was 52-10? That's how that was with Mitt Romney.
That shit was quick. Yeah. So, I want to talk for a second and whatnot, because like I promise you, we're not gonna be up here for long. I promise.
You know, when it's me and you on here, that's it's inevitable. But continue.
Right. But no. The reason why I say that, like, something is wrong with my Instagram feed. I knew something's going on. Yeah, the internet is on. The internet is. Yeah, the internet is
on
weird.
YouTube, right? And Facebook.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube and Facebook. The internet is being weird tonight, but so it's one of those things where I'm probably just gonna take it down from what you call it. Maybe I'll see if I can get back up on IG.
Just keep it moving.
I want to,
Let's just keep it moving.
All right. Yeah, that's true, because it's hard to be this guy right now and be that guy. So look.
I like the background too. Nice.
Thank you.
Now,
I
my
wanted
B jersey, the only thing I had that's red, white, and blue. So,
to.
and he just got suspended. So I don't know if this was the best.
It probably wasn't the best. Well, can't nobody really tell us.
And he said, "Keep my brother's name on my mouth."
Exactly. What's wrong with you, dog? Like, stop. Yeah, reporters. That's a whole nother topic. But these reporters, you got to know your line. You got to know your line.
No, I'm not agreeing this time.
Why?
First of all,
oh gosh, we supposed to be talking about the election.
Listen, this is us going off on a tangent. Embiid is an American now, so it's relative.
Yo, we're doing.
I'll just say, at the end of the day,
as much as I did for this city, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the part that, and you see my jersey. I am an Embiid fan, probably low key apologist at times. He lost me with that right there. I'm ready to take him and say, Embiid, do you need my representation? Because I think that you do. You keep saying the wrong shit. Let's be very clear about this, and then we can move on.
Okay.
In the city of Philadelphia,
right,
you don't ever play victim and say, as much as I did for the city, unless
you win a championship.
You won a championship. You haven't even gotten out the second round.
Yeah, that's
true. The city been super patient with you with your injury history. Now I get what you meant. He played with one leg. He played with a mask on. You know what I mean? He played with Bell's palsy. You know what I mean? He got out there. I get that part. But you lost me with the as much as I did for this city. Because you didn't do anything for this city except for increase the ticket sales. But you didn't bring a chip. You ain't even get to the Eastern Conference.
You know what the problem that I have with what you're saying is the fact that Embiid looked like Uncle Ruckus the last time we saw him on the court in the playoffs. So I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. If I can't close one of my eyes, but I'm still trying to make a fucking layup for the city, so we can try to. I have every right to say things like that. And Philly, what we got to understand is that we are a hard sports city, but we got a bunch of sensitive ass people up here.
I can appreciate that perspective. I just know
it's just John, man. Like you can't.
But you got to read the room. This is the city of Philadelphia. They don't give a damn about any of that. You can't say as much as I did for this city if you ain't do what we want you to do for the city, which is get out the second round.
Well, let's push that to the side because it wasn't the fans that's feeding that rhetoric. It was the reporter. Of course we gonna feed it, but we don't.
The fans are pissed about.
We don't have the voice that the reporter has that said to everybody else, "Yo, if you want to honor your dead brother in your family's name, then play better." I'm paraphrasing, but Jesus Christ, really? That's what we know?
Well, because Embiid made that comment not too long ago that's what he was playing for. And he basically was like, just like you said, you playing for your brother who your son is named after. Now, let's give context because I always like to give context.
Right.
Your reporter is a troll. Marcus Hayes is a troll. He's 41. He look like he's 62.
Okay.
No shade, but I'm just telling you. You look him up, you'll see what I'm talking about. I can't believe this man is 41.
Now listen,
he's a troll, right? You don't acknowledge trolls. And aside from that, the article came out October 23rd. He caught a lot of backlash for it from fans. He took it out, and then said, "All right, I appreciate the constructive criticism, blah blah blah." Right. And then when he seen Embiid, allegedly, he was apologizing to him for the column. And Embiid was like, I'm not trying to hear that. Like, keep my family name out your mouth. And if you do it again, you're going to see what I'm going to do to you. And I'm just going to have to deal with the consequences. So not only did you shove the man, but you threatened him too. So that's where it's like, nah, bro. But let's be clear. This ain't the first columnist to say something out of pocket about Embiid, and he didn't react that way. This is why I use the Will Smith reference. It's becoming a buildup. Everybody's coming down on him. He can't play. Once again, he can't play. The media's on top of him. And it was like, here go this one more person that did something out of pocket and he about to catch you. So
Yeah,
that's where I'm like, you got to get it together, bro. You unraveling. You can't
yeah.
afford to be getting suspended. You know what I mean? Like you've been on this, you've been here all this time. People always talk about you being injury prone. And the
Right.
only thing that pisses me off that people are saying that's absolutely false is that he doesn't want to play. That is the biggest lie. That man wants to. That it kills him when he can't get on that court. He
But you
just
know what?
not able to.
I don't think it's not even about him not wanting to play because I don't even think that anybody would ever even consider that being the case.
No, that's what his issue is. They're saying he doesn't want to play.
Well,
That's what he got upset about.
Who's saying that? He's
the media. The media.
The media.
That's what happened in the press conference. He said he can't understand why anybody would be questioning if he wants to play after all he's done for this city. So
but
they're
driving a narrative for the sake of trying to get a reaction out of the situation. They didn't know he wants to play. See, my thing is that it's not even about them thinking that he doesn't want to play or him feeling that way. The biggest problem that I see him having is the fact that when you bring a man's family into a situation, I don't care in what way that you reference them, it becomes personal. I've had shit like that happen at jobs before where I had to tell somebody like, yo, no, like you don't get to do that. Is Marcus Hayes a white man?
He's black.
Oh, all right. Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
He's 41, look like he's 62, and he's a troll. He's a known columnist that does, these kind of things or whatever. And as I always tell people, there's a new thing that people do, right? He knew that was messy when he did it, right? So he does it, gets all these views, gets all this attention, and says, oh, I'll take it out. I appreciate your criticism. No, you knew it was wrong from the gate. You know what I mean? But it keeps your name out there. And like this is what people do. And as a result, you know what I mean? This is what happens. So,
you're toting the fine line when you bring up somebody's family. But let's
I agree with that. I'm just saying the context in which it was used. I'm just repeating what you said.
Right.
I
know, but still, when you throw
reminding you of what you said. So that's the only thing I'm saying.
You can't throw stank on it when it comes to somebody.
No, I get it. Yeah, but I also think that if the situation wasn't so dire with Embiid right now, he wouldn't have reacted that way. It was just like, yo, no. Like one more thing, like you know what I mean. Like I said, the Will Smith thing is like, yo, people keep messing with me, and this the last person gonna get to say something to me. I'm putting hands on him, like So that's what I'm. So that's my whole thing. I mean, I get what you're saying too, but you know, so that's how it was at first, and then I seen the context, and I was like, and
outside of that, back to election. We're 29 minutes.
Sorry, we go on the tangent.
We 29 minutes out before the polls actually close on the East Coast. Now, this is the thing. For some reason, because the fuckery is happening, some of the polls are not closing at 8:00 tonight, Eastern Standard.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, right?
What's that?
We got to talk about this.
Okay.
When you went to vote today, did they ask you for ID?
No.
Is that not a thing now? You don't have to have ID to vote?
I guess not.
Because when I went to vote, I had my ID, and it was like, oh, we don't need that.
No.
They just asked me my name and my address and for me to sign. That should have been you going up there to sign for me. They don't know.
So all right. So let's talk about that then for a second. So because maybe we can start sliding down into the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories for a second. Why would you not have to show ID in order to vote?
Because they let all these immigrants in the country that don't have ID.
Whoa.
You asked me.
No, that's not what I asked.
You asked me why.
I didn't ask you that.
And you said conspiracy theory, so I'm right on target. No,
conspiracy theory is that this election is based upon an already foregone conclusion.
Like they already knew who was going to win. They just had
they have a favorite. They have a situation. The people that are Trump supporters are the renegades because Republicans don't even like them. And to be perfectly honest, there are Democrats, there are Republicans, and then there are Trump supporters. And at the end of the day, it might as well be a third party because all in all, they don't want to see him win. So guess what? We are now going to make this a thing. This is the first time that I've ever voted, and I've voted now. Like, I'm getting old.
Whoa.
What?
What'd you say?
I said I'm getting old now.
No, you said this is the first time I ever voted.
Yes.
Ever?
No. I didn't finish. I didn't finish my statement. You even
listen, clips is real. You can't pause and adjust.
But you can't cut me. You made the clip more obtainable when you cut me off with it. Like, no, I was going to say. No,
you literally paused after you said I never voted.
No, this is the first time that I've ever voted and not had the option to go with all of one party.
I got
you ever noticed that? You remember that one button that would let you hit all Republicans or all Democrats to vote for?
Yeah.
This time, this is also one of the only elections that I've ever not seen there be some sort of state or local legislation as a question in the voting process.
That wasn't there either.
Like this shit was like we could have did this online at home. It was a touch screen.
They need to make everything.
Yep. It was a touch screen. It was all that. But this is what I'm saying. The reason why I'm saying this, that let's go down conspiracy theory bag for a second. This is set up for Kamala to win this. Because it's not about Kamala winning. It's about Trump not becoming president again.
That's what it was about for me.
Right. That's what it's about for damn near everybody. But it's an extremist, for real. It's an extremist side of Republicans. And my thing is that because it's not going to be a fair shake. What we're going to find out tonight and tomorrow and however long this takes to count out is how many people in these red states are actually Trump supporters to the point where I don't even think Trump's wants the support of half these people. Because a lot of these are backwoods, racist, I don't give a fuck ability type people. Some people are not those people, but they just don't want to vote Republican. So when you blend all of them together, if we find out that there's more of them than there are Democrats, then we feel like we in trouble. Because now the uprising has begun. That it's basically saying that no matter what form it's in, Democrat or Republican, donkey or elephant, that this no longer holds for this country anymore. And instead of it being a green party, a independent party, it is now a Republican party of rebels and renegades. That's basically what I see. You know what I mean? And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. This, if Donald Trump can pull out this election, this is the scariest shit that I've ever seen.
Listen, man.
But it's not scary because of Donald Trump. It's scary the same reason that the insurrection happened is because the thought of what he is what entices people to do fuckery. Donald Trump is not a great person, but he don't have the heart to do the shit that the people that hold him down would. Does that make sense? It's the extreme.
You know what I was thinking?
What's that?
And I hope I'm wrong. That's hypothetically if he won.
Okay.
And he gets in and he says, I ain't really want to run. I just wanted to see if I could. And then J.D. Vance becomes president. That's really your worst.
That could very much happen too.
That would really be America's worst nightmare. That man is awful.
But see, here's the thing. I think that what the one thing that Trump can do or whatnot, because like I said, it's the Hitler effect. He doesn't have to essentially stand in front of somebody and blow the head off. He has to acquire the power for the gunners to go. You know what I'm saying? For the people, most of the time, the overlord is not the person, is not the shooter. He ain't really put no dirty work in. Trump is that type of guy. He's not going to be the guy that puts the dirty work in. What he's going to do is he's going to make he's going to entice a certain thing to happen, get it flowing the way he wants to. That's what that Act 25 or that Act 2025 Project 2025 is all about. It's not so much about saying to fuck you to Democrats and taking all these rights away. It's basically saying like, yo, I am taking this extremist view, whatever you call it, extremist view or not, whatnot, and it's extremely non-political. All it does is talk about helping a specific groups of people in specific ways. And unfortunately, the reason why us as people of minority are afraid, and it's not even us per se, because I know a lot of us that are in the top 7%, and that shit don't even affect us. As a matter of fact, him becoming president actually helps the people that are in the top 7%. In the top 7 people in the top 7% are anybody that makes $80,000 a year or more. You understand what I'm saying? Like they're particular things that can put you in a particular way, but we identify with other shit so much that we look at it and say, all right, that's wrong. So we standing against that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this Project 2025 is going to do is it's going to push if you are of lower income or stature or class for any reason, and I'm not even talking about, you know what I mean, a feeling. I'm just talking about economically. It's going to push you down enough and raise the others up enough for there will be a definite separation. Like the separation wouldn't even be, it would be one of them things where it's like, you know what I'm saying, the projects, it will turn the projects into jails. And I'm not saying that that's what it says in there. What I'm saying is that'll be the lasting effect that it had. Do you see the difference where people, when somebody move and buy a house somewhere else and how often they come back to visit? Rarely ever.
Right.
Because they don't want a part of that. That's where it is divide and conquer. It's not about racism. It's about classism. That's exactly what it's about.
I agree. And I still stand on the middle class need our own party. But, you know, because basically when we're voting Democrat, we're voting in the interest of the people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The people in our family, the people in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because neither party really does anything beneficial for the middle class. We don't make enough to qualify for it. I mean, we make too much to qualify for anything.
Right.
Don't make enough to get these rich people tax breaks. So the middle class needs their own party. And I don't know when that's ever going to happen.
Yeah. But
we would have a better chance of the Democrat opening up some more to include us in than we probably would have, you know, with the Republican Party, because they don't care about anybody but rich people. I mean, everything is usually in the interest of rich people. You know what I'm saying? And the Democrat Party is usually in the best interest of the people. I'm not going to say poor people, but the people. You know what I mean?
See, to me, and unfortunately, that's where the lines become blurry, because think about this. I want you to think about this real talk. The reason why the lines are blurry and whatnot is because classism is not always a one of my favorite words, a tangible item. It's not always something that you can see on the surface.
These people still texting
me. You already done voted. That's what I'm saying.
I tell you. Y'all know me. And then let me tell you, listen, you know my phone be on Do Not Disturb. They hit notify anyway. I'm like, how the fuck are you texting me? My phone is on Do Not Disturb.
But see now, all right. And before I even get back to what I was saying before, that this is the thing that bothers me the most or whatnot. Now, I have a platform and whatnot, something I've been doing for a while now. And the hardest thing in the world is to crack a fucking algorithm, or you know, to get some sort of traction, to be able to contact people on the ground level to be interested in your product. But the moment that it comes down to something that is like this, like an election, you will be force-fed fuckery, even whether you like it or not, from people that you do not know.
Speak about it, please.
You get they give your information out They give your information out in order to come on, man. Me personally, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to be a part of it. It is what it is. I'm 41 years old. I know to go vote. If I want to vote, I'm gonna vote. If I don't vote, I'm not gonna vote. Like that's exactly what it is.
But they're threatening you, saying, "Oh, all your friends can see your record and know that you didn't vote." Well, how about you look at my record and see that I vote every election, and I don't need you to harass me.
How about
to tell me to vote this time?
How about
Sheesh.
in order to get down to brass tacks with the black man, I was threatened with a balloon pop game that was basically telling me that if I wanted to, that I would be denied vagina in the future if I did not go out and vote. This man had everything. He was talking about how well off he was. He was like, "Oh, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I make 6 figures. I do this, that, and the third." And they was like, "Well," he's like, "Well, when was the last time you voted?" "Oh, I don't really vote like that." And they all popped the balloon. I'm like, "See, basically, niggas basically saying that niggas that don't vote don't get nothing."
Listen. Let me tell you.
How am I being threatened? What did I do? I have nothing to do with that, but that was geared towards black men. It's crazy.
I mean, there are some women who will pop the balloon if one of your statements was you voting for Trump or you don't vote. I know people like this. I really don't care. That's people that have way too much emotional investment in this. I'm not one of those people. Whoever you vote for, it don't really got nothing to do with me. I tell people all the time, God rest their soul. My grandmom and grandpa, two of their arguments was turn the light on when you walk out the room, and him being a Republican and her being a Democrat. She would be so mad every time he would get Republican mail to the house because he would be like, "Listen, Democrats is rats. They have rat at the end of their name because they're rats." My grandpa said this all the time, and she was like, "What are you talking about? We're not Republican. You're not Republican. I'm Republican." Like this is a thing, right? Right. So I say that to say now you got people like I'm not. I couldn't be in a relationship with a Republican. Hey, they was married 47 years. Right. The death to their part, and my grandpa was a Republican. So
all right. So let's play.
What does it really hold any weight in a relationship for somebody to have a different political party or different political beliefs than you?
I don't believe that. But let's play a little bit of devil's advocate for a second, shall we?
Of course.
What do you think? Let me ask you a question. What do you think would be a good? Let's just say that you were a Trump supporter.
Why we gotta say that I'm a Trump supporter?
Let's just say that. Let's just say you're the Trump supporter.
Listen, clips is real, man.
I said let's just say that you're a Trump supporter in this situation, right?
Yeah, somebody cut off the let's just say and say you're a Trump supporter.
In this situation, this is not real. This is completely and utterly hypothetical. But let's just talk about it for a second, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do you think that what would be beneficial to you as a person if you were to vote for Trump? That he would bring to the table? And then I'll go.
Beneficial from Trump?
Beneficial for you.
The only thing that I heard that would be beneficial would be the whole, not taxing overtime. That's about one of the main.
Why was I going to say the same?
I know. That's the only, now that I'm, a non-exempt employee, thank God.
Not only that, my job does very, very well with overtime and tips, and some of our commission can be actually teetered over in that area. And if you're saying that you're not going to tax that, you're talking about guys making 45% boost in their bi-weekly salary.
Yeah, because overtime don't even be worth it sometimes, because by the time they take taxes out of it, I done got like $20-$30.
And my job, the overtime is husky, and the tips are husky. Like, we got an app for our tips at my job. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an app where they pay the customers, whether they're residential or their businesses, can actually pay a tip through the app. I know a guy that last year made 25 grand in tips. You know what I'm saying? So think about that without it being
the only thing I heard that would be, and I listen. I don't like Trump,
right?
As a individual, you know what I'm saying? I don't know him, but I'm just saying, his whole disposition, the things he says. I do at times think he's hilarious because some stuff is just so outlandish that I can't do but laugh. Like, yo, this man really said this. Like,
eating the pet. That's crazy.
Some shit he said, I really think is like, I really be laughing like, yo, this man can't be serious.
Nah, he's serious.
But no, some stuff he not serious. Some stuff he do be trolling.
No, he troll.
Listen. Let's be clear about this because I think people forget. Let's go take it back. Donald Trump is a reality TV star.
Yeah.
Let's remember that. But people forget that. So some of the stuff he does is reality TV.
He's also an actor.
Years ago, he sat on Oprah couch and said, if I ever ran for president, I would run for Republican because they're idiots. And I always had that in mind when he said stuff. Listen, you can go find it. It was literally a clip. He was on there on the interview because it's bad when black people liked him. And he said, if I ever run for president, I'm going to run for Republican because they're idiots. Plain and simple. Them making him president 4 years ago or whatever, how many, 2020? No, 2016?
No, 2016.
Sorry, 2016. I'm sorry. He ended it.
8 years ago. Yeah.
Damn. Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because now he's been here okay.
Yeah.
My bad, y'all. My math is low. But he made them look like fools to even vote him. Y'all voted a reality TV star with no political experience as the president of the United States. And if he wins again, they'll look like idiots again because now this man got sexual assault charges, indictments, all kind of shit that some people can't even vote if they have these things. But he's running for president. How
much money do you think you would make a year in untaxed overtime?
I'm going back to that, and I'm
because I really want to talk about that for a second.
I don't know. Who cares?
I'm asking because at the end of the day and whatnot, I want to know what drives certain people's frame of thought. So you want to know what drives certain people's frame of thought, and this is literally the only thing I keep saying. And Obama addressed it last week finally. Okay, maybe he got more bass in his voice than me because I've been telling people this all year long. Okay. You keep hearing people saying Trump gave me money. Let's be very clear about this. Trump didn't give you anything. Okay.
Trump didn't give you anything. Trump didn't want to give you the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact that people wasn't working, the economy was in shambles, the pandemic going on. I'm not going to go into that again because last time that turned into a whole thing with us. But everybody knows he dismantled the pandemic team. That's just it is what it is. So that's how the pandemic got out of control. It was always going to happen, but it wasn't supposed to go to the extent that it did. Right. So now, as a result of that, people are out of work. Businesses are shut down, and you don't even want to give people money to stay afloat. The little bit that it wasn't even enough. He didn't want to do it. Congress said you gotta do something. He said, "All right, I'll do it, but my name gotta go on every check." And his name was literally on that check. It came with a letter from him. I gave you this money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then when people say that, I'm like, one, he didn't give you nothing. Congress made him give it to you. Congress made him sign the thing to give it to you. Right? They said you have to do it. Right? Mm-hmm. But then when Biden got in office, same thing. We're going to give everybody $1,400 per dependent. You know what I'm saying? That qualifies for this. That's way more than the $1,200. So how do y'all stand on I'm voting for him because he gave me money? Do y'all not remember that y'all got money in January right after that and it was more than that?
Well, I think it's because
and
I think it
that's
was
the thing. I'm like,
because
and then
people remember things in bulk.
people are
Right.
idiots.
This is the thing. That's why it's a difference between winning a parlay, hitting on your parlay. Yeah, I mean, then it means more to you than your paycheck that you know that you're going to get every week. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
that's
All
a good.
right. So when we start talking about it, and then you also do have to remember that when the things that Trump put aboard, especially when the pandemic came down, it wasn't just a one-shot deal. You got to remember, motherfuckers out here is hurt and they broke.
Right.
So there are people out here that could not work, that did lose their jobs, that couldn't do what you call it. And he added, not saying that he the one that did it, but unfortunately he was around and implemented the act that put $600 into somebody that was making $750 an hour paycheck. So it was niggas running around that wasn't working, getting unemployment for the smooth $350 a week. And then getting $600 on top of that every week.
Yeah, I know.
Niggas running around that was at McDonald's that can't work now, you know what I mean? And it end up making more than a lot of people that were still out there able to work. And so what happened was during that time period, a lot of people didn't go back to work. Remember, this shit went on for almost 2 years.
It did. Yep.
So essentially what happens is that it's so easy to pull the wool over somebody's eyes when you're offering up something on a silver platter.
Right.
See, this is the one reason why I say this all the time and whatnot. And I think people kind of poo-poo it because at the end of the day, I know a lot of hardworking people. I know a lot of bum ass niggas too. So my thing is that people have the tendency, we live in a what have you done for me lately world. So if you're talking about the person that implemented something in my pocket, unlike things I've never seen, like, yo, think about it. Like, think about this for a second, right? And this is why this is so important that we really, really got to understand. If you want to get to the bottom of somebody's train of thought, find out what somebody would do when they're hungry. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And because bottom line is being hungry ain't got nothing to do with your motivation in life. It's a survival tactic. See, your motivation in life can be something that you do alongside of what you have to do and what you need to do, you know what I mean? So you can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
That's the struggle that I go through. That's the struggle you go through as a creative, because we understand that. But we still hold jobs down and we still put ourselves in a position where we're going to make money. Here's the thing. You got a lot of people that don't know their ass from their elbow. They're either dreamers or they're not, their brains don't stretch that far out to even consider what it could be if they put that foot forward and gave 110% on something. So let's give that back and then say that these people become a burden because they're not doing shit. So if you give somebody that's not doing shit some free shit and they don't have to do nothing for the free shit, they're going to keep wanting the free shit and praise the person that gave them the free shit.
I get you, but here's my thing where these people bother me, right?
Right.
Two things. Number one, why did you get that money? Because it was a once in a freaking 20-year situation called a pandemic.
The hungry man don't care why he got the double whopper. He got it.
Number two. What does that have to do with voting for him? Are you thinking that if he gets in office, it's going to be a pandemic again and he's going to give you money again? Is that the logic? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to say I'm going to vote for him because he gave me $1,200. He's not going to give you $1,200 again if he wins today, unless it's a pandemic again.
But then that's the same
That doesn't make any sense. So you're saying that we're going to have a pandemic again?
No, it's not the pandemic. But it's not the pandemic. It's the same logic.
That was the reason for the money. You wouldn't have got it for any other reason.
No,
because that's the reason behind why you got the money.
Right.
Why do you equate him getting in office this time with you getting the money again? That doesn't make any sense.
But listen, it's the same logic when we talk about him not taxing our overtime and tips and fucking
That's it though.
commissions.
That's not PPUA
But
or
see, here's the thing.
stimulus check or PPP loans, which now people are having to pay back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't what y'all think it is. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing. That could be a situation in which that during that time we're talking about 4 years ago, where somebody was at a different point in their lives, and that money even helped pull them out of where they were, or things have changed since then. So let's just say at that time you wasn't doing shit, or you had a lower paying job, and then you turned around and then you got the PUA money and all that and the unemployment, and it held you down. Then when it was all said and done, you flipped the money or capitalized with it, held on to it, stacked it, whatever it is that you did, and you got a good paying job, right? Now the job that you got is a good paying job, and you've held on to that job. And now what you remember is the fact that you didn't see that type of help when it came to Biden. And then all of a sudden Trump is coming back and he's offering something that will mutually benefit you once again.
So basically you're saying people are stupid.
But that is a foregone conclusion, Taya.
It is stupid. You only got the money from Trump because of the pandemic. No other reason.
People don't.
Them getting back in office doesn't mean you're going to get that money again, because he only was forced to give it to you because of the pandemic. If there's no pandemic, there's no stimulus, there's no PUA, there's no PPP loan. The man is talking about he's going to take away all funds to be even able to go to college.
If I know
you have no choice but to go get these black jobs he keeps talking about, because you won't have an education. People gotta pay attention. If you think that $1,200 is worth putting this man back in office with all the shit he's talking about that he's going to do,
I agree with you.
I don't even want to associate with those kind of people, because they're foolish.
But unfortunately, Ty,
it's not logical whatsoever.
Here's the problem with that middle class thing that we was talking about. Unfortunately, there is no, because the lines are blurred and whatnot. You actually live near those type of people. The difference between them and you is that you have a pension, a 401k, you own your home, you have ambition, and you got money saved. The person across the street from you might live in the same type of house as the fucking Section 8. That's the difference. Unfortunately,
I understand that. What I'm saying is you're basically...
Oh, wait. It's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. The polls have closed in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and in Delaware. The polls have officially closed in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware.
Well, as much as she was in Philly, I hope she won here.
You said what?
She was in Philly like every other day.
Apparently they said that she's going to be at Howard.
No, I'm saying like during her campaign, she was in Philly a lot. She was in Philly
pandering like shit to us.
How is she pandering?
She's been pandering to black men from the rip. And she doesn't have to, but she has been. She's been pandering.
You can't use pandering when the person is black. That doesn't make any sense.
That's not true, because the problem with it is not the person that's black. That's what I said. She's pandering. This black woman is pandering towards black men. She is. She was. She was.
We're not doing that.
Why?
We're not doing that.
Why?
We're not going to use the word pandering here. No, we're not going to do it. No.
So all right. So what should I
say? Campaigning as she is supposed to. We're not going to use pandering.
All right. So you don't think? Let me ask you a question.
She was campaigning aggressively
and focus
the demographic that was least likely to vote for her. That's it, and that's all. Right. We're not going to use.
All right, we're not going to play. All right, I'm not going to play semantics with you. All right.
No, I'm not playing semantics. Words matter. Don't take.
No, because everything that you just said was kung fu.
That's not pandering, though.
That's kung fu panda.
If I focus, if I campaign more towards a certain demographic because that's the one that I need on my side more. It's not about pandering. It's still campaigning.
Let me ask you a question, because here's the thing, right? We as black men.
We want to start the nonsense.
I can't. Because I want to say this though, because we as black men have the lowest form of turnout when it comes to voting, regardless.
Exactly.
Also, but this is my thing, though. My thing is that still, okay, so maybe pander has.
Thank you. Don't use pandering.
All right, the word pander
has negative
connotation. The word pander has a negative connotation.
It does.
It does. My thing is that this, though, and I'm going to say this wholeheartedly or whatnot, you only focus on a situation that you feel furthest from. That's it. Point blank period.
That's what I just said. Campaign more aggressively. It's like she was in Philly a lot because Philly had a low voting turnout 4 years ago. So yeah, I need y'all to step it up this time. So I'm going to be here more. I'm going to campaign more aggressively here. That's
she has the black
when you're running.
The black women in the bag, though. She got the black women in the bag.
It's a lot of black women who said they don't trust her and they're not voting for her. What are you talking about?
Black women. Oh, don't make me do that. Never mind. But yeah.
What do you mean? First of all, let's be very clear about something. Let's go back to Hillary and Trump, right?
Right.
You know why the biggest reason Hillary didn't win is because 53% of college white women did not vote for her. They voted for Donald Trump. You cannot assume that women want to see a woman in power.
I didn't say women. I didn't say women. I said black women.
Women is women.
No, that's not true at all. Because the majority of the people, here's the thing.
All women don't want to see black women. Black women have said they're not voting for Kamala. You know how many black women said they don't like Kamala? You know how many black women said they don't trust
I don't.
Kamala?
I don't.
Heard this
I don't. I don't get that. I don't get that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just like Michael Ealy said, it's probably more black men that's gonna vote for Kamala than anything.
That's not true. But
they don't like Donald Trump. You only got two choices.
No, I know more black men that just won't vote.
I'm saying we're not talking about those that won't vote. I'm talking about of the ones that are going to vote.
Okay.
Not the ones that don't vote.
Got you.
That's what
Hillary Clinton lost
because people that vote.
Hillary Clinton lost because she's a bald-headed liar.
No,
that's the reason why she lost.
I'm not going into that.
But I'm talking about she was lying on her way there.
Statistically, 53% of white women voted for Donald Trump. They did not vote for Hillary, and those are the people that she was banking on. Even though she won the popular vote, she didn't win, the electoral vote.
But Hillary and Kamala are not the same type of woman.
I'm not saying they're the same. My point is that some women also don't want to see a woman president.
But I bet you, this is what I'm saying, right? You said 53% of white women didn't vote for Kamala. I'm telling you that you're going to get that half of that 53% back in white women.
I'm not saying that you're not. My point is that you can't assume that women always want to see women in leadership.
Oh, that was never that was women.
Yeah,
women,
that's what I'm saying. So you can't
women hate each other.
Women is going to
vote. Women hate each other. Women don't like each other at all.
All right, then what we talking about?
Because of what I'm saying is,
I heard more negative stuff about Kamala from black women than I did from black men.
But in this particular case and whatnot, when you're talking about the overwhelming majority,
you know what they say?
They said she has. She gonna have it in the bag.
What do you mean? Is it something about her? What?
But they're not gonna vote.
You gotta go have lunch with the woman. She's just gonna be the figurehead for the country.
Right. Let me tell you something.
What do you care?
Any black woman that says those words that way, there's something about her, is not voting for Trump. So even they can say that all they want to. These same women can't stand their husbands. These same women got a baby daddy that they say that shit about. You know what I'm saying? So right, for real. At the end of the day, black women gravitate more towards shit they do not like on a daily basis. They don't like their kids half the time. They be in the streets on some bullshit. They don't like their man half the time. So at the end of the day, black women put up with a lot of shit that they'll still show love to and talk bad about at the same time.
I mean, that's true.
So at the end of the day, it ain't that they damn sure ain't voting for Trump.
No, they not voting.
All right, so what we talking about then?
Well, some of them probably ain't gonna vote at all.
So when I say that she has that in the bag, she got that in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
She do. She got it in the bag.
But you do realize the reason why Obama won was not because of black women. It's because of Hispanics. Latinas made up the most percentage of people who voted for Obama.
No, white people made up the most.
No, Hispanic
There's not
had
enough
the
Hispanic.
largest number of people who
They have the
voted
largest.
for.
There's only it's not
It
statistically
was
possible.
us and Latinos, but it was more Latinos than us, is what I'm saying.
That's fine, but it was more white people than both.
Okay.
There's more whites
all
than
right,
both.
All right. I'm not going. Do you have the numbers in front of you or no?
You know what? I can pull them up. I got a computer right.
You don't have to, but I'm just saying.
All right. I'm just saying
that the Latinos.
Here's the thing. What I want
Hispanics.
I don't
was the biggest demographic of people who voted.
I don't like talking. I don't like talking minorities at all in any of these elections, and I'm gonna tell you why. Can I tell you why? Unless it comes down to exactly where it needs to be. The moment we start talking about minorities, we really start feeling like we're the majority. We are 13% of this country. Just listen. We 13% of this country. Latinos are 14% of this country. Guess who is the other overwhelming 72% of the country? White people. And if you do not have, in order to win an election, a presidential election, popular style or not, whether it's not even electoral college, it's called popular vote. You know what I mean? Besides electoral college, you have to get more than 35% of those white people in order to lead in the direction.
I never said you.
But that's what I'm saying. But see, the problem is because I think, and this is what I want. I know that you understand that, but what I don't think that black people a lot of times we don't understand is that the world is so much bigger than our 12 block radius. Listen, and the problem with that
is, answer this question for me, right?
What's that?
Why do people campaign so hard to get the black vote?
Because we're trendsetters, Taya.
No, because they still need the black vote.
No, we need the black vote, but we also move the needle. For every one black person that is thorough enough to say this is going to be my decision, they might have 3 white friends that they can lean that towards, that'll be an influence towards it. We're trendsetters, yo. We made the Jordans popular. We made Tim's popular. The way we wear our clothes, the music that we bring out. We 13% of the country, but we 90% of the fucking Final Four. We 85% of the NFL. Mm-hmm. We are them. Mm-hmm. So you need the black vote, absolutely. Trend setting. But at the end of the day, it's still up to these white folks to actually see our plight and say, you know what, I'm identify with them at that moment so I can go ahead and make that vote. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm
saying? And so the white population you're referring to, most of them are younger people as well. Because, you know, the younger generation is not really on this bullshit about
that's true.
Black, white, you know what I mean? When they protest, you see them all out there. You know what I mean? They just like, no, we love everybody. We love each other. You know what I'm saying? So that has a lot to do. That's why I said that Hillary assumed she would get that white college female audience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They was like, no, we don't trust you. That Benghazi shit, we ain't trying to hear it.
She couldn't explain to them white teenage girls why she had hot sauce in her purse.
Oh my God.
We understood why they didn't. Like for real, like think about it. Like if you're a white teenage girl, what the fuck do you know about the hot sauce in somebody's fucking purse? I can see these little white girls like, why does she have hot sauce in her purse?
So they don't know Beyonce. Oh, you know what? That's the day that white people turned on Beyonce when she came out with the Formation. They stopped bang or whatever like that.
Oh Lord,
you ain't never seen that joint and be like, Beyonce is black. That was after the Formation. Thing. Like I'm serious. My point is, I'm not saying you like when you're talking about, you know, who voted for him. A lot of those was the younger generation. You seen them young white kids come out in droves talking about, you know, change and you know what I mean, hope. But yeah, hope. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You know, they were all for that. You know what I'm saying? So that had a lot to do with it too. He had that demographic as well. So that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
You know, happens here with her. Now the biggest thing for Kamala that she got riding on her side as far as women goes is the whole women's rights thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When Trump was like, if I get in office, I'm shutting all this shit down. Like, And he appointed those 3 positions in the Supreme Court. That's they there for a lifetime. So they die. So they ready to step down.
No, you're right.
So that's the biggest thing why I think a lot is in Kamala's favor. It's not even about just black women, it's about women in general. Because it's not just black women's reproductive rights on the table, it's all women's reproductive rights on the table and future women's reproductive rights on the table. Because the thing that Trump is proposing, like these 4 years, if I get in here, I'm going to make some changes that's going to stick for a long time. And that's the scary part. When somebody says, oh, I am, what's the word? Giving police immunity. Whoa.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
That's the one. That's when I said, listen, y'all. Listen, my black brothers and sisters. If y'all don't vote for this man for any other reason, that needs to be the reason. That needs to be the reason you don't vote for him. When somebody sat there in a black person's face and said, oh, if I look at a case and a cop kills somebody, I might say, oh, he was just having a bad day, and override the union's decision to give him his job back. We already getting killed by the police, and they so-called going through the legal system and then saying not guilty or not pressing charges. You're saying even if this person is guilty, oh, he's a cop. He's just having a bad day. His job is dangerous. I'm giving him his job back, even though the union said he was wrong. We fire him. You don't want somebody like that in charge. And listen. So then people will say, "Well, he won't be." Now, let me say this. We all know, we have to go through the branches of government. The president doesn't really have as much power as we think.
Right.
But Trump didn't follow the rules. He implemented more executive orders than like the last 3 presidents before him. Right. So he doesn't really follow the rules. He goes in there and does what he want to do. So when he's saying he's going to do these things, he very much can. He's going to put it in an executive order to do it, or he wouldn't be saying it. And he did it the last time that he was in office. He did a lot of stuff that people don't know, and they're not going to find out and probably until the end of next year whether he gets in office or not. Because what people don't understand, like they blame the Biden administration for everything, but these things don't happen in a 2-3 year span. They come about from the predecessor.
Yeah, right. I do.
Whatever he put in place, like when they said when Obama got in office, what did he inherited Bush's mess, right? Then he got to clean it up. It's the same thing with Biden. He inherited whatever Trump did. Right. During his administration, like the inflation, all the shit that's going on. Like you said, short-sighted. Well, this is happening while Biden is in office, so he's to blame. Not knowing that this takes years to get to this point. It's not something that happens in a week or two. It takes years to get to this point, and it's as a result. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that Biden and them have done now, this next cycle, you're gonna see whatever they're saying that they did to strengthen the economy. The unemployment is down. All these things that people want to overlook because all they care about is the $1,200.
You keep talking about the $1,200.
No, because it's all the people keep saying to the point that Obama addressed it.
Because
that's how you know it's being said worldwide. Because why would he even? He said, "Listen, I want to talk about these people who keep saying they're gonna vote for Trump because he gave them $1,200, and he broke it down. He didn't give you anything." So that's my whole point. Where I'm saying that people are very short.
We gotta stop. See, here's the problem and whatnot. 70% of our country is in poverty. We have to stop trying to reason with people that's hungry. And I keep telling the thought process in our minds is always going to be that we know better. You know what I'm saying?
You want to vote for somebody who wants to take away your government assistance that you have. So if you in poverty, how are you voting for the man that's like, yo, you in poverty, you're going to have to figure it out. Pull yourself up by the bootstrap that you never had.
But see, these same people are going to think they ain't thinking that far ahead.
We're not going to keep helping you. You got to start doing shit for yourself. And these people who keep talking about the $1,200, the reason why y'all so focused on that It's because y'all are those people that are dependent on the government.
Yeah.
It's not people like me that work every day, that have whatever, that's like, yeah, he gave me $12. It's the people who are dependent on the government and hoping that Trump getting in office again means I'm going to be able to get a handout again. And that's the problem. That's the problem right there.
But you know how many people in these communities that have never even held $1,200?
I understand that, but what I'm saying,
but listen, wait, because I want everybody to kind of understand it though, and I'm not caping for what Trump is doing,
no, I know you're not,
or the reason why people would feel that way or whatnot. There is nothing like being down to your last.
I've been down to my last, I know,
and we know. Okay. So imagine the person that is a reality all the time. That is the overwhelming majority of the world. Let's listen. No matter what reason that they put themselves in, because a lot of times what happens is that the majority of the times it's decisions that are made in your life that put you in the positions that you were in and whatnot. Like the things that you did or you didn't do in your life that make these things up. But that's not ever a thing that any politician or anybody else ever focuses on. We're focused on solutions on how to move forward rather than diagnosing the reason why people are fucked up. Mm-hmm. So we start to say, okay, cool. That's the name of the game. We're doing our thing. Right? The big thing, though, is, and I say this all the time, is we really, really got to crack the code about putting people in good positions to do better, because them people ain't moving right, and them people will cut your throat for that $1,200.
Agree.
Or they'll also look at it and say to themselves, you know the fuck what? I'm voting for the nigga that I might be able to get some money up out of. So you got them, the same reason why you got the broke white Republicans that are even worse off than the people that's in the ghettos that live in trailers and East Jablit bumblefuck that don't care, that'll still go out there and vote for Trump because they feel as if that's a factor of hope. There's something in it, and especially if I've showed you something tangible. Think about it like this, right? If Obama put all these situations in play, right? And it helps people in the community, right? But you're not of that community, or is not anything that you've ever seen directly. He could have did something that was like public assistance and Medicare and Medicaid and all that, the Obamacare and all that, right? You could be broke, live in a trailer, and sign up for next to nothing healthcare. You're not looking at that the same way as you looking as if Obama mailed you a fucking check for $1,200, because the optics are not there. People are fucked up in a different way. So therefore, regardless, they could have did everything in the world. He could have did something that would normally cost $25,000, and you wouldn't look at it the same way if somebody walked up to you and gave you $500 in your pocket.
All right, listen.
Right.
Let me give you a very key thing. When Obama was in office,
right,
he put that thing in place that when you buy a home, you get $8,000, right? For buying a home, first time homeowner.
Right.
Guess who got rid of it?
Trump.
This is what I'm saying, right? So these people are messed up.
Yeah.
These people need government assistance. These people want money, this and that. You're clearly not listening to this man this time around. Mm-hmm. He's not saying anything remotely close to getting in office and still wanting to help you, still wanting to make your life better outside of the overtime. But if you don't work, if you on disability, if you on welfare, him not taxing overtime doesn't benefit you. So what has he said this time around that benefits your life? Nothing.
Right. I agree with you.
That's in the past. You got that money because of the pandemic. That's it. Unless you saying him getting in office mean we gonna have another pandemic, you sound foolish. And that is what bothers me. you clearly can't be listening to anything that he's saying when he's telling you, I'm not even going to allow y'all to have money to go to school no more. I know y'all can't pay for school yourself, but we ain't giving you money to go to school no more. What does that do to the future generation if they don't have money to go to school? Now you can call this a conspiracy theory, but this is what I think, right?
Okay.
Remember how you kept talking about, oh, the black jobs, and the Mexicans taking the black jobs. Yeah, if I take away y'all means to get an education, y'all gonna be going back to doing those jobs. It's all relative. And
now let me ask you a question. Do you think that the ultimate plan is, because that's the conspiracy part of it or whatnot? Do you think the ultimate plan is to be that conniving to say, your people, I need you back in this position?
What the hell is a black job? And why is it that you think the immigrants are taking black jobs? What jobs are the immigrants doing?
When he said black, to be fair, I thought that
black people
when he said black jobs, I thought he was saying this. When he said black jobs, I thought he was talking about jobs that are for or okay, not for black people, but jobs that black people have that would be replaced by other people. So if I have a job, if my job is warehouse manager, that's not a black job, but it's a black job because I occupy it. But if somebody else of another creed came and took that job, then you took a black job from a black person. That's what I got from it. Now,
you know why? Because there's no way for him to gauge that. Like if you work at a company and it's you and 4 other white people who all hold the same job.
Yeah.
And a Mexican gets a job and you're still holding that job, that doesn't mean that person took your job. You know what I'm saying?
But if I'm
a black person is not the only person holding that job. How will he know that they're taking your job and not really God's job?
It's a replacement factor. It's not to say that because he's working next to me that could have been a black job.
A black job. There is not a job in this world that only black people can hold.
I don't think that
somebody can take away from us.
That was the only problem that I had when that statement was said, because to me that's just.
You kept saying it.
It's the you people thing. It is the you people thing. And don't get me wrong.
You're coming over here and taking black jobs. What is a black job?
Listen to what I'm saying. It's the you people thing. When somebody of another race says you people, you know what I'm saying? It's the thought process. What the fuck you mean, you people? You know what I'm saying? You obviously mean black people, but it's not in a malicious way. It's to say that I'm saying you people under the pretense of this is y'all. You guys are black, and that is your people. So when
I agree, right?
All right. So let's take it back to the black job thing for a second and whatnot, right? It's under the replace. Okay, so if I work at a job, right, and I'm moved out of this job, like let's say we don't have a union, and I'm laid off from this job, and somebody is brought in for a lower rate, a lower wage. That person took a black job because it belonged to a black person. That's what I'm getting from it. Now, I'm not caping for it. He could have meant exactly what you said.
Let's say that.
The only benefit of the doubt that I gave to that situation was because of the simple fact that it came out of Trump's mouth. People use that because it came out of Trump's mouth to say, okay, he's calling this a black job. I think he's saying that, listen, if you are a black person and you work somewhere and your job can be replaced by somebody who's working for half the wage and you're no longer there, that was a black job that was taken by another person. That's what I'm thinking.
So here's the thing. What kind of jobs do you think immigrants are coming over here getting?
Whatever job is available.
Are immigrants coming over here and taking doctor jobs away from black people? Are immigrants coming over here taking teacher jobs from black people? There's no such thing as a black job.
Then that's something that, but listen, then that's a problem. What you are talking about right now and the way that we're speaking about this, then that's something deep seated internally in us then. because the first thing that you're thinking about is a lower rate or a lower form of working.
That's not what I'm saying.
But you're asking me what jobs that these immigrants come over and take. And what I'm not even looking at it in that facet. I'm not looking at it to say, okay, because they come over and take gardening jobs.
You said they're taking that. He's saying,
if I'm working
a job away from a black person.
Right, if I'm working,
right? What kind of jobs do you think these immigrants are coming over here getting?
It could be any job. Like put it like this.
But then why would you call it a black job? That don't make any sense.
Because he was utilizing it under the pretense of talking to black people. See, that's the problem. I think a lot of times, I think sometimes we need to open our minds in a situation to think that this could be one of the worst people on earth. But what happens is that when you condemn something that everybody says, sometimes you miss a nugget in that.
I ain't miss shit.
All right,
doesn't make no sense.
But it's also
black people hold any kind of job in this country.
We know this.
Like white people, there's no such thing as a black job. It was an asinine and a prejudice statement, and he was trying to pander to black people. Like,
if he meant that,
you shouldn't vote for her because she has all these immigrants in here, and they're taking your job.
Listen.
The bottom line.
If that's the case, but if that's the case, then why aren't we talking about the black doctors then? Because that's kind of my point when we start talking about it. We start talking about these lower form of jobs that we feel like that what you're saying that immigrants.
That's what he was talking about.
But that's not all right. But this is what I'm saying. And that could have been what he's talking about. And I'm giving you that credit. But what I'm saying is that this is the type of thing that as black people, as a community, we got way more to deal with than what happens in an election today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't care that he said
all right,
that.
But what I'm saying is that we're so browbeaten and battered down that something particular thing that somebody says always sets us the fuck off because we're super duper sensitive about what anybody says.
I don't think it's being sensitive.
What I'm saying is that this or whatnot. It's we know for a fact there's no black jobs.
Right.
All right. So at the end of the day, a job is a job. A white boy can work next to a black boy. Okay, cool. But here's the problem.
But it was a tactic.
We take it and weaponize it.
Kamala,
but we take.
She opened the border to allow you. It's like, oh, you going to vote for her? She opened the border to allow these people to be able to come over here and take your job. But again,
he said
they're taking our jobs. There's no such thing as a black job.
All right, he's taking all jobs.
You can't try to run for president or be any form of leader and make those kind of statements. People do need to hold their head to the fire, regardless of who it is. It was stupid. It made no sense, and it was intentionally meant to try to say you should vote for her because she don't care about your job. And there's no such thing as a black job. Period.
All right, cool. So take it past the election. All right, is it a point into which that we will never be offended when somebody says something along those lines? Forget trying to win an election. Forget trying to lead a campaign.
Let's talk about offended. People make jokes about it. Like, what is a black job? And they start naming shit.
All right, so but here's the thing though. If I say the shit, it's different. Because here's the thing. Time out. Because if I say something where I live in the 6th biggest city in the United States of America, you know what I'm saying? And if I tell you that I can point to places where there are more black people working and call that a fucking black job, you know what I'm saying? Then people could say, well, it ain't a black job because of a frame of mind. So what are we talking about? My thing is that we got to stop being sensitive about every little thing that one white man decides that he wants to come out his mouth with saying. Because, all right, there's no black jobs. We got that portion of it. All right, so let's talk about black violence, because there is that. Let's talk about black abuse. There is that. Let's talk about black mental illness. Let's talk about black not giving a fuck ability. Let's talk about the fact that black people are so fucked up because we the most fucked up, not because of just conditioning, because now we've worked our way out of that into becoming these people that control our own fucking narrative. See, this is my problem. My problem with us is that we play victim. We pass victim. We own shit now. So let's stop with the, you did, all right, so cool. We got what we talking about with Trump. Cool. He is an asshole. He is racist. There are no black jobs. Cool. So let's shift the narrative and throw that shit away and vote this black woman into office, and let's stop killing each other in the fucking streets. Let's stop having children out of fucking wedlock without getting married or nothing like that. Let's stop fucking our neighborhoods up. Let's stop doing dumb shit like fucking doing burnouts in the middle of the fucking expressway at 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's stop all this gang violence. Let's stop the fucking the highest crime rates that anybody has ever seen. Let's stop giving them shit to talk about. But no, we so concerned about what a fucking white man that we ain't even voting for is saying. So this is my problem. I'm like, we sit up there and we play victim. I'm sick of niggas. And I said that, wait, hold on, tell me. I love black people, but boy, I hate niggas. Oh boy, I hate niggas. Niggas shouldn't even have a fucking opinion of me. At all, ever. Be an upstanding black citizen. I get up and bust my ass for my family daily. I ain't never had a crime cross my fucking mind. If you got mental illness, deal with your shit the way you deal with it. Keep your dirty kids away from mine. Keep your motherfucking your cruel intentions away from people that I love. Because you niggas are destroying society. Black, white, Spanish, I don't give a fuck, because there's niggas of every race. But I'm talking about my people right now. We deal with this shit so much and whatnot. The sensitivity is through the fucking roof. But guess what? How you be sensitive and whatnot? And all right, let me go ahead outside and shoot a nigga in the head. I mean, honestly, it's just it's too much. There's too much to complain about and not enough fucking solutions. You know the way you get solutions? People doing shit correctly. When you know better, you do better. We're the only people that know better but continuously do worse. Because we want the lick. We want the handout. We want the lick. We want the free shake. We want everything. And then we still want to be offended. Niggas gonna be mad at me for saying this. I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of niggas. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Grow up, man up, liven up. Get your shit right. You know what I'm saying? As black people, get your shit together. Period. She's going to win this election. Now we got our second black president. First female president.
Female and black.
So let's change our agenda as people. Stop talking about what's being offensive or whatnot. I even talked like that in this last podcast episode that I did and whatnot because I'm tired, yo. I'm tired.
I share your sentiment. The only thing I will say to you, right? I personally, all over social media, didn't see people offended by the Black Jobs comment. I seen them make fun of it.
And I can understand that.
I seen a lot. We do what we do. You know what I mean?
Right,
they say black people don't take nothing seriously, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I seen people make him look stupid for saying that. Like, what the hell is a black job? Like, oh, do I have a black job? Like, I seen that. I didn't see anybody that was like, oh my God, he's so offensive. All I'm saying is that comment was dumb. I'm not offended at all. I just think
he's the stupid.
It was intended to be offensive, but I'm not that sensitive.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I can't break it down and say, yo, there's no such thing as a black job.
Right. It's not. It's not.
And my family made fun of it. I'm like, yeah. What's a black job? I'm like a hack driver. You know what I mean? Like, it's a joke. We made a joke out of it because at the end of the day, he's a troll.
Hack man.
TV star. I always go back to that. When people get so caught up and so upset and so I said, he's a reality TV star. You watch him do the debate. He tried to say his little stuff because he likes the attention. He wants to be funny. And at the end of the day, he's a reality TV star. We have to remember, like when people are comparing these two people, I'm like, one of them has followed the path that you should follow to be president. The other one skipped the goddamn line.
I agree.
Like, he skipped the goddamn line. There's no way. You have no political experience. You've never been a senator. Never been an elected official at all. Period. You're a businessman that filed bankruptcy more times than I can count. You know what I'm saying?
13.
And you got people out here who think that, like he said, oh, she's not qualified. she's a DEI hire. That's what he said about Kamala. No, she's more qualified than you. Look at her resume. She's been elected official twice, and now she's a vice president.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
So when people are saying to me, "Oh, I think that she needs more experience," she got more experience than Obama had before he became president. People don't want to talk about it.
Right. No, I agree. Listen,
he never was a vice president.
I agree.
He was a senator. You know what I'm saying? But he never was a vice president. She's been in the White House for 4 years before she even becomes a president. You don't get, just like Biden. You don't get no more experience than that.
I agree. I would love.
That makes no sense to me. I'm not saying she's the greatest candidate in the world, but this black woman ain't gonna do no worse of a job than anybody that came before her. And that's
absolutely. I agree with you. You know what? And my plight has never been with
her.
No,
not you. I'm just speaking.
Yeah, this is just what I'm saying. My plight has never been with stepping up, with her stepping up, and because she didn't, and this essentially have to. No, she wasn't. This wasn't her time.
I don't want no president.
Yeah, she was like, she didn't have to.
You can't imagine what she's going through on this campaign trail.
Oh, absolutely.
That she's had to deal with, and she's held it together. That alone, there's been jokes for years about if a woman become president, one button, one bad day, and she gonna bomb all this shit. Like, she don't even carry herself like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care. Anybody feels whatever. Now, we're gonna keep it real. And I'm gonna say this. I hope the Mr. Know-It-All don't get canceled, but I have to say it.
If anything get canceled, I'll get myself canceled.
One thing I absolutely do not agree with.
What's that?
Is this whole, using funds to allow people in prison to get transgender surgery. And I don't agree with the transgender athlete rule either. That's where I'm like, I'm on the Republican side with that, because why are you using our money for that?
Yeah.
That's it. That's me. You know what I'm saying? But that's the Democrat agenda. You're never going to agree with everything, that somebody does. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, that's something that I don't agree with. And like we said with Trump, I agree with the not taxing overtime, because I always thought that was ridiculous. That's extra money. That's not what you already taking $500-600 out of my check, and then saying I don't qualify for something based on the $506 being in my check. When they say, "Oh, we go by your gross income," I don't see that money. And you really don't even give it back to me at income tax time if I make over certain money. You don't get all that money back from your gross.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, all this shit is a rat race. All this shit is a game. I just want everybody to know. If for some odd reason Kamala doesn't win, y'all gonna be fine. We're gonna survive like we did before. It might look a little different, but we are our people. We have survived much worse. And that's always, what I keep in mind. Like, I do my part. I vote. I want who I want for whatever reason.
Right.
Basically in the interest of the people. Because, again, neither party doesn't really benefit my lifestyle.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I vote in the interest of the people because it does benefit a lot of people who I love and care about, and, people in my neighborhood. And I don't want these people to knock me upside my head when I'm trying, for what I have, because you took away what they depend on. That's always my thing. Like, it'd be people will be like, "Oh, I wish they just take welfare away." Okay, yeah. So then when you go to the market and come out with your card, that person take your stuff. Give them what they need, so they don't bother me. That's always my mindset. It ain't about me. I don't care. I gotta pay taxes anyway. That's it.
And you know what? And that's what it is and whatnot. I think that honestly, that's if anything that my rant said anything about it is that I have a affinity for keeping the niggerdom away.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it alive and well. And for real, it's like I've seen it, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look when people when you start separating the haves and the have-nots. That's the reason why these things are implemented. in play. Like we too far in the game now to try to change it up in the ninth inning. It's over.
And he won.
So we gotta have supplemental income. We
Yeah.
gotta have supplemental housing. We gotta have Section 8. We gotta have these different things because at the end of the day, somebody ain't gonna have the ambition or the drive that you do.
And the government created that mindset.
Right. That's very true. That's very true.
It really did. And it got worse with COVID. Because now you gave people more money than they ever seen in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's hard for them to go back to what they had before.
Man.
God only knows what they even doing to supplement that. But that made it even worse. Because now I can just sit home and get $800 a week. I mean, I never got it. But I'm just saying, I can sit home and get $800 a week. I can get a PP loan saying I got a business and I get $30,000. Like, these people have more money than they ever had in their life. And then it just had to go back to, and then you just expect them to go back to $8 an hour? No. Now they're going to, that's why the crime is going to increase and everything. Now they got to make up for that.
Exactly.
I don't want to stop. This is not trading places. I don't want to stop living that lifestyle.
Right.
I need to still live that lifestyle. What can I do to still live that lifestyle? Exactly. And that's what it comes down to. And that's why I tell people, like, COVID did more than people know. Like, it's changed people's entire way they move. You know, everybody, like myself included, working remotely. A lot of people have quit their jobs and just whatever. Like, everything is different now because of this pandemic, right? And like
hold on 1 second, Ty. So, two things. All right, and I didn't, you know, I mean, because we live or whatnot, we ain't gonna be here too much longer.
Okay.
Because like I said, it's 8:45 or 8:44 actually, and we have no really ruling yet. This is going to take all night until tomorrow. It's not going to be one of those things.
Numbers saying though.
So the Democrats did take Delaware. So Kamala took Delaware, but that's Delaware is a Democratic state anyway, so that's already there was a bomb threat at a polling place in Westchester.
Oh, Westchester.
Yeah. So the polling place was evacuated due to the bomb threat. So
it was one in Georgia too, I heard.
So I mean, this is the type of thing that we're also going to deal with.
Right.
We're going to deal with.
See where they said it was at, right?
Yeah, what Westchester, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, that's you know, I don't.
Enough.
This is my thing. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you first and foremost.
What D.A. Craftsman said, "Fuck around and find out if you do that shit in Philly."
Fuck around and find out. And you know, the first person that's addressing this is the man that I feel like should have been the vice presidential candidate, Shapiro. That's my man. I like him. You know what I'm saying? The Governor Shapiro.
I like him too, but you know, he has some stuff that, you know.
Well, no, he probably just likes his state more than he like the rest of you niggas. That's kind of how it is. And I don't blame him.
Like, it would have been some stuff that would have, you know, came to
something okay.
You know, because you know they'll dig up anything about you when they don't want you to.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I said when people be talking about Kamala, I'm like, what can you really say bad that you heard? Because if it was anything bad to find, you would have heard it by now. Like,
you absolutely. You know right. I think that she's I think she's upstanding when it comes down to everything. And like I said, I don't think that, like I said, except the Montel Williams and Jordan thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was not Montel Jordan. Not too much on Kamala.
Listen, you know
but it's just like with Obama. When Obama got in office, they couldn't really find out.
It wasn't nothing to find on him.
He smoked cigarettes.
He smoked cigarettes. He had smoked some tree. He took some pictures smoking weed. I mean, listen, he's that guy.
He still got 2 terms. That part.
You know what I mean? You know, like I said, I think that
and beat the hell out of both his opponents.
Yeah, I don't think that. Obama, it wasn't. That was kind of a preordained thing. That was what we were ready for at the time. And when it came down the pipe, I mean, honestly, that was the closest and the coolest. And that's what I mean by that white support. Our white allies. Don't you know? In that election, that they said that 58% of all white people voted for Obama.
The first one.
The first one. Democrat or Republican, because that was generally what we were ready for.
Yeah, after Bush, they said, "Look, we need something else."
Shit. Getting no fucking worse than what's going on around here, whatnot. Like, yeah, but I mean,
another person that gave us money though. Remember that? And it wasn't because of the pandemic; it's because they had a surplus for the first time.
Oh yeah,
in a long time, and he gave everybody. If you had kids, you got 900. If you didn't, you got 6.
But I ain't gonna hold you though. During Bush's term, taxes was way fluffy too. The earned
guess what?
You can have more than 2 kids claimed.
But guess what?
What's that?
When Clinton was in office, it was a $4 trillion
surplus. Did we get any of that?
That's what Bush took credit for with giving us that stimulus.
Oh, that's what it was.
Listen. This is what I'm talking. See?
Yeah, no, I get it.
How it goes.
Me personally, I understand what you. God damn, it's gonna be.
No, I know you understand. I'm talking about for the people that's watching. I just brought it back full circle. This is how this goes.
It's gonna be 81 degrees tomorrow. God damn.
It's always the president before.
Yeah, I know. That I do know.
I'm just saying that for people that are watching. I know that you know. I know you're well aware. I'm just saying it. Bringing it back full circle because I'm implementing 2 different presidents to make that point again.
Got you. So, early polls. So the magic number is 270.
Yeah.
All right. Trump is at 105. Kamala's at 30. So relax, calm down.
No.
Look, why your face look like that?
Damn,
the states that matter have not yet come in.
That's why I can't watch that shit. That shit like the Eagles game on Sunday. All right, my head turned like, did they get a pick at the end? Oh my God. This is how I feel right now. 30 to 105.
So Trump is going to take Georgia. Man, that shit.
Georgia was campaigning heavy for Kamala.
Because we can't. No, remember Georgia did flip flop at one point, but
no, I'm saying they was campaigning. I was just there. They was campaigning heavy for her.
Campaigning heavy, yeah. So
they had like cars with her face on, like it was crazy.
So yeah,
that's amazing. That's a major one.
Arizona, I don't think they're closed yet. I'm just.
What about us? They ain't say us yet.
Ty, you already know that we they ain't announcing us until the end. It's us. This Pennsylvania and Florida are the 2 most important states in the union that actually decide the president. And Pennsylvania might be the most important because it's a swing state. We can go Democrat, we can go Republican, and because you don't like, I don't know how much of Pennsylvania that you've traveled through, but this is Pennsylvania. Like Philly and Pittsburgh and Harrisburg and a little bit of Erie are the only 4 places that are like there's clear cut black people. Right. Like and even Pittsburgh don't really have enough to have the situation outweighed. But Philadelphia, on the other hand, because it's such a major metropolitan area, because it used to be the 3rd biggest city in the country, because it is a monster of a place to be, and in our vicinity and in this area, there are over 5 million people that live around here. We have a say. Now, the thing about it is, in Philadelphia proper, that's the only place where you find black people. So black or the majority of black people. So you find a majority of black people in Philadelphia proper. Your North Philly, your South Philly, your West Philly, your Northeast Philly or whatnot, and registered voters or whatnot. So we, you know what I'm saying, we probably will make up about 70% of that in Philadelphia proper, but there's a lot of other people in the other areas that can dominate over that sometime. But we'll never lose Philadelphia. Put it like that. You know what I'm saying? We got too many allies.
I didn't understand why it was so much focus on us. Like she was here like every other day. You know, I didn't understand a lot of time campaigning here.
Because the problem with it is that you do not feel comfortable where you know you don't belong. You can't. She couldn't go up there and campaign in State College. In them Pennsylvania areas. it doesn't matter. Like, there's no reason to throw a rally where nobody's going to show up.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
So that's Trump County. That's where he
That's Trump County, exactly.
Gotcha.
So
okay, I understand that.
You go out there for nothing. You don't want to do that. That's just that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
I don't know, Keith. I'm like,
no, we good. But right now, as of this is NBC News reporting that the magic number for all right, so the magic number for the Senate is 50. Yeah. All right, so Republicans are at 42, Democrats are at 33. If we win the presidency, more than likely we're going to lose Congress.
So
we have to be ready for that, because that's what happened.
That's what happened with Obama.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So therefore, we have to be ready so the more and more it looks like we're going to lose Congress, the Senate and the House of Representatives, the more and more that might look like the Kamala's going to win. So that's what we're paying attention to.
They're going to just say no to everything, and then it's going to look like she didn't do anything, and we just repeat Obama, because that's what happened with him. They said no to everything.
Yeah. So right now,
we didn't do nothing. They said no to everything. What do you want to do?
So the reason why Trump has 105 right now is because the following states are already projected to go to Trump. Ready? Montana, Oklahoma,
respected.
Arkansas,
respected.
Alabama. He's already projected to take Florida. Yeah. That's a big one right there. South Carolina.
God damn.
West Virginia. Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. So these are already projected to go to him. So like I said, these are early projections. The polls haven't even closed on the West Coast yet. It's a lot. It's a lot going on, and it's going to continuously go on. The votes need to be counted. Some of these states can flip-flop. They could switch. Like we can't. Remember, we run off of an electoral college. This is not the popular vote, and that's the only thing that I say sometimes can hurt or help a candidate. Remember, Hillary won the popular vote, but she lost the election. So it's important that we stay diligent. Everybody that we about to close out.
Kamala got to win both.
You think she got to win Florida and Pennsylvania? No, she can win with just Pennsylvania.
No, I'm saying she got to win the popular vote and the electoral.
Nah, she don't need to win the popular vote.
I'm joking.
like you don't. Trust me when I tell you.
When it's us, they got to be extra. Like, nah, she got to win both, but it ain't valid.
Because my thing is that which one of these?
I think Biden won both.
Huh?
I think Biden won both.
What, Florida and yeah?
No, so I'm saying he won the popular, and like it was no question, he was the winner.
Biden came in and kicked Trump's ass because it was the thing, and even when Trump didn't think it was over, like, nigga, you are down by like 2 million votes. It's over, bro. He wasn't trying to hit that.
Well, you know what I also think is a mark against Kamala is what we said earlier, that people blame the Biden administration for anything that's going on now, and they equate her with that. And it's like, if we bring you in, the country is already in disarray with you under that administration, and we haven't seen you do anything. And what I always say to people is, since when what do y'all think the vice president's role is? They don't make no decisions. They just back up the president.
Yeah, very
true. What I mean? And people keep saying, well, she ain't do nothing. She ain't do nothing in 4 years. Now, I did say we didn't see her a lot. Right. You know what I mean? But that's because we saw Biden a lot when he was vice president. But if you think back to all the other vice presidents, you didn't see them a lot. It's never a thing. So CNN has a little bit more of an exact count of the way that things are going. So what I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to tell you popular votes, and I'm also going to tell you electoral college votes. Remember, the magic number is 270. Forget what you hear about the popular vote, because you're going to hear millions, and it's not that. So
CNN is more of a legitimate, straightforward news, and they won't call a state before they know for a fact that it's in most of the time. So they have Harris at 27, but Trump's still at 105. All right. Harris has 18,206,856 votes. Trump has 21,728,757 votes.
How could these people? I don't understand.
Well, we said the same thing when Trump actually won the election the first time. I'm not putting anything past anybody. But what I'm going to do, and what I will always say, is that we got to hold steadfast to believe that the big states are the ones that she can take. Senate, the Republicans have already flipped states in the Senate. They're at 42. They need 50 to take it. They're gonna take the Senate. The House, they're already up 72 to 34 in the House. So, but that doesn't say anything about the presidency. That just says that when Kamala becomes president, she's gonna have an uphill battle to get her shit crossed, because these Republicans, that one thing that Republicans are going to do is you might have a flip on your presidential voting, but you're still going to stay with your Republican agenda. That's the thing. That's why Obama was shit. Like you said, it was always fucked up for Obama. They voted for Obama, but they didn't vote for. They clicked his name for the presidency, but everything else was a Republican agenda. So, you know what I mean? It's important.
Both times.
It made it difficult. So,
because
all right, y'all.
People don't really be going to vote for, those other elected officials. They just worry about the president.
That's true. Oh, you about to? Oh, you got it. Oh, you at 9:30, right? Is your
9:45.
9:45. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you get a little break, because within the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna be in the bed, sleep. Right. I gotta be
this
up.
was really good.
This was talking politics.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? We know.
I know that's kind of fucking crazy. Like this was a good look right here.
This out here. They think black people don't know what's going on.
Honestly, having facts and whatnot, I feel
listen.
He felt real reporty tonight. I got my.
I felt real reporty. I really did.
Bucket look like fuck it though. Yes.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we voted. We did our job. The calls will stop. Tonight. And we go back to normal life, whatever that looks like tomorrow. I don't know.
So if this drags out a little bit longer, then maybe
I don't really think it is.
Tired. I don't even like the way you sounded when you said that.
Either way, I don't think it's going to drag out.
I
think by 11 o'clock, 12 maybe, somebody's going to be at 270.
If this doesn't go the way that we think it's going to go, we need to have another conversation about the state of the world and the way of the thought process of the American people.
That's what I'm saying when I say 21 million people actually went in that booth today and said, we want this man again.
It's not even a quarter of the way done. So
I'm just saying, just the idea that we live amongst that many people who heard all the shit that this man said, who lived through, 2016 to 2020.
But here's the thing. You know how we don't want him to win, so it was more about us voting for him, for her to win, and not.
Yeah, they don't want her to win. They voted for him. I got you. Because at the end of the day, we still live in a country where people do not want a woman to be president.
That's true.
You gotta be honest. And I'm not saying black men. I'm men in general. Because even in the Hillary situation, them old white men that ain't vote in the Obama election, they made sure they came out to vote for Trump, so she didn't make it. At the end of the day, there are people who don't want to see a woman, and it's not about black or white. It's just the fact that she's a woman.
I seen some shit today that threw me off big time. Like I was driving through like Delran, New Jersey, and like a bunch of different areas, fucking packed out the door. I mean, even some Jones and like people been tripping. Like these areas, the reason why these lines are so much longer is it ain't taking longer to vote. It's just a lot more people that's doing it. And what makes me believe one of two things: the agenda is out on, you know what I mean, that people don't want to see her win, or people want the other way around. People want to see her win and whatnot. So,
far as she doesn't,
yeah,
it's going to deter even more people from wanting to vote. That's the dangerous part that nobody's talking about. There's a lot of people who came out today and they have hope that she's going to win. They want to see her, you know, get in office. They lived through him already. And it's going to be a lot of people, their hope is going to be destroyed because at the end of the day, it's going to be like, my vote really didn't count. You already had less people voting this time because they feel that way, like, my vote doesn't count. You know what I mean? Now people are really going to feel that way if, by some chance, she doesn't win. Believe me when I tell you, you're going to have a lower voting turnout rate 4 years from now.
Right.
That's not the case because there's so many people, their hope is going to be destroyed. And that is the problem.
Yeah. My first voting election was for Al Gore.
Yep.
I was crushed. As
yeah, baby.
When Al Gore,
that was the voter die. Remember?
That was the voter die. That was the voter die. I think at that time I was. It's crazy. Yeah, I think I was 22 because I think I missed my first chance by like 10 months. The George. No, you know what? Did I miss that? Oh no, I was 18. Yup, I was 18. That was the that was no, I wasn't 18 yet. I wasn't 18, I was 17, so I couldn't vote. And I missed that. And then it was the because that was after the George Bush. That was after George Bush won. I mean that was George W. the first term. And, and this and the second time was after 9/11. And that's when I voted, and I think I was what, 20?
Yeah, that was when damn, I can't think of his name. But he had no chance of beating Bush.
That was Al Gore.
No, Al Gore was the first time. It's somebody else that ran the second time.
No, it was Al Gore.
I thought Al Gore was the first time.
The first time was
You sure?
I'm gonna have to look at it.
Hold on, real quick. Let me see.
Oh no,
Al Gore was the second time.
You're right. Al Gore was 2000. So who was in 2004?
Hold on.
Yeah, because I couldn't vote in 2000. Who was in 2004? I can't even remember.
Yeah, see, Al Gore was in 2000.
2000. That's what I said. Al Gore was in 2000. So who was in 2004?
That's the one I couldn't think of. He ain't having a damn chance.
I'm trying. John Kerry. That's who it was. John Kerry. That's who it was.
He didn't have a chance in hell of winning that election. Yeah, that shit was a fucking blowout. Like,
I was rushed though. Like that shit made me feel like I was like.
Al Gore thing was bad because they clearly robbed him.
Yeah, he wanted, but you can't win the popular vote. You have to win the electoral.
Well, we didn't know that back then. So we feel like he got robbed.
Oh yeah,
everybody voted for him. Everybody voted for him. You know what I'm saying? But he don't win. People couldn't, and that's why I believe John Kerry votes were so low because by that time people were jaded about voting. You know what I mean? They were jaded. People didn't get hype about voting again until Obama ran.
And John Kerry was vote or die, right? That was vote or die.
No, that was Al Gore.
Al Gore was vote or die? You sure about that?
I think so.
No.
You know what?
I was living in Pittsburgh during
it probably was John Kerry. Because that meant that Bush was going to get a second term.
Yep, exactly. That was the vote or die because we were trying to get Bush the fuck out of there. George was like our Trump back then.
But people didn't come out in droves again to vote until Obama ran in 2008. That election with John Kerry the turnout was very low because first of all, he wasn't, no offense to him, but he wasn't that great of a candidate. And everybody was like, there's no point. And then after, the election was stolen from Al Gore, people was just like, yo, I'm not voting. You know what I'm saying? But then when Obama ran, it's like, oh yeah, we coming out to make sure that he get in. And then the second time, you know what I mean, they did it. And then when Trump came, you know, people voted, you know, for Hillary or whatever, because they didn't want Trump.
Right.
And then the Biden situation, they came out in droves again because they didn't want Trump. You know what I'm saying? And now this time it's the same thing. But if for some reason Kamala doesn't win in 2028,
right,
you're gonna see a low voting turnout.
Oh,
but Trump can't run again in 2028 though.
All right, I got updated numbers.
Oh man, you're killing me, man.
Yeah, Kamala's at 30, Trump's at 154. The magic number is 270, y'all. The magic number is 270.
Yeah, people are already texting me like, look like Trump going to win again.
This shit don't make nothing. Nah, there's no way, because it's got to be something. So we waiting on something to happen, because he can't win.
I mean, this happened with Biden, remember?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it just like went crazy.
Because the racist Republican states are always going to be them. Like they not going to change, Ty. Them states are going to be them states all the time. Like every day you wake up, you going to know that you in a backwoods racist ass town. And I hate to say that, but at the end of the day, they're always going to be like the same places that always have a sundown town somewhere in it and shit. Like when they don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you. And for Trump to be up right now, 154 to 27, is saying something. And I really want to have an understanding before we go off of air. I really want to have an understanding about where we stand at and why we stand here.
I don't know.
Hold on one second.
I think at the end of the day, people would rather have a reality TV star that fucked up the country 4 years ago than to have a woman president. That's the best I can come up with, because nothing else makes sense. Or otherwise, there's more rich people in this world than we know.
All right, so this is what we got. Right? So Trump is leading with 52% of the popular vote. That's tough. Trump has 25 million. It just changed. 25 million 31,081 votes. Kamala has 21,740,452 votes. So he's leading almost 53% to her 46%. The states that have flipped. Now this is what's gonna fuck you up. All right, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Oklahoma, Texas. That's besides what I
to him,
they flipped. I think that they flipped to him from last time. I think that a couple of them states were kind of on the border. So we also have a lead in the following states. They're not in yet, but the following states: Colorado, New Mexico, Iowa, Wisconsin, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia. We just talked about that. Remember we talked about she need Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Ohio. Remember how important Ohio was last time? All of them states right there, them key battleground states are leaning towards him right now. She is in the lead in Pennsylvania.
I bet.
And she's in the lead in every upper quadrant East Coast state in the country. So everywhere from Delaware up to Maine, she has a lead. There is only one there. She has one Maryland, she has one Delaware, she has one Massachusetts, and she has one Vermont. In Michigan, she's winning.
Oh, Vermont.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What about, you said Minnesota?
In DC, she won too.
What about Minnesota?
You said Minnesota. Minnesota is the polls have.
She better win Minnesota when her goddamn vice president is damn Was
The
the damn
polls,
governor there?
the polls have just closed in Minnesota,
Okay.
so they waiting on that, and they've just closed in Arizona.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're waiting. Where the polls are closed, so they're starting to count them up or whatnot. Unfortunately, Democrats don't win California though.
Yeah, I know that.
So California is another heavy hitter that's going to him. So that's what but everybody else is the shit's coming in very, very rapidly, like very rapidly. Like it's coming in a lot faster than we would think. And he's up by almost 4 million votes. If Pennsylvania, if they're saying that she's going to win, see, here's the problem with the Electoral College, right? If they're saying that she's going to win Pennsylvania already because she's leading in Pennsylvania, then they're already giving her Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? So, but if he wins Ohio, then it offsets Pennsylvania. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me see something. Wait a minute. Okay, so Nebraska, Colorado, and Kansas. She's now leading it. So it's still listen. We could do this pundit shit all night. I'm tired as hell. I gotta go to bed. But I'm not going to sit up here and for those that are on the Democratic side of things to say that this is over, because I don't think it's over at all. The magic number is 270. Trump is more than halfway there. Kamala is not, but a lot of her states are still out. Once they gather those and total those up, I think that once everything is said and done with her states, Kamala will close the gap. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Hey, listen, you know what we could do? Gotta go to work tomorrow, right? Either way.
Gotta go to
work tomorrow.
Gotta go to work tomorrow.
That's how that's all I can say at this point. I just I prepared myself for whatever outcome may come.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
it's not gonna be like heartbreaking to me because I prepared myself.
Yeah, it's important. It's important.
Like what we said about Lil Wayne that time. You know what I mean?
It's important that we just, you know what I mean? We
gotta remember what country you live in. It's still, as much as people want to say she ain't black and all this stuff, no, they light nigga, dark niggas, still nigga. Story of OJ. No. Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, fingers crossed. I try to, I wanted to have a really good conversation. A really good conversation.
I'm really proud of how we handled this.
Yeah, absolutely. Besides
that rant you went on is legendary. You know what I mean? Sound like Pop came back. My 4-4 make sure all y'all kids. That was you.
You
I'm cheating myself. I'm bad boy as a record label. That was you. I'm like
somebody.
Like
your face. Oh my gosh. Well, look, this has been a pleasure. Yeah, we gonna close out. You know what I'm saying? Because
I gotta switch gears and go talk.
Apparently, I'm Machiavelli now, and whatnot. But Taya is pulling double duty.
You definitely Machiavelli, man. I'm like,
you gotta move over. You gotta move over and talk sports now. That shit gonna be crazy. You gotta shoot.
Back.
Not too far back.
I was saying, you see my face? I was like, I ain't interrupt you or nothing. I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm gonna let him cook on this one because I don't disagree whatsoever.
Oh my
God. Sheesh, how we went from black jobs to this? Like from black jobs to black people who ain't got no job. I'm like, geez, that's good.
I'm sorry. I've been listen. My curmudgeon has been kicking in lately, man. I've been having black old ass man moments lately, and I'm like, holy shit.
Black old ass man.
It ain't that some shit. I'm like, yo, this is getting crazy
That's
now.
why you having black old ass man moments, because you a black old ass man. Like I'm a black old ass woman. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's funny as hell or whatnot. This shit gonna be fun getting old. Cause like I ain't gonna hold you. If I could just let motherfuckers know how I feel all the time, what?
You can. Listen, this is what I warned you about once you turn 40. Your filter decreases.
Yeah, you ain't never lied.
Your filter decreases. You know, I did a whole little campaign when I don't give a fuck what anybody think about it. Your filter decreases. When you're a woman, when you're a person of a certain age, your filter decreases. You know what I mean? I ain't worried about it. I don't care. I don't care who said whatever about it. Cool. You know what I mean? That's all. And it's only gonna get worse. I'm telling you. And then having a platform when your filter decreases.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's why I don't need one. I need security out in the streets.
Let me go to bed because I got bottles of water to lift tomorrow, whatnot, and money to make. So, on behalf of me, I'm going on. That's Taya Moore.
That black job tomorrow. I gotta go to log in for my black job tomorrow.
I'm Machiavelli, and y'all.
Tupac's back, y'all. I thought Tupac won. Tupac is back.
Thank y'all for
Tupac is back.
It's
going to change the show to Tupac.
It's going to be on my live stream page and whatnot. So if you missed it, you can join us in there. And
you missed a hell of a show. That's all I'm saying.
All right, we will talk to you later. Peace, deuces, and
go Kamala. Kamala forever. Sorry. All right.
Oh my God.